Were you aware that Adam and Eve had other children besides Cain, Abel, and Seth? The tale of their daughters has been hidden in the shadows of history until ancient manuscripts like the Book of Jubilees came to light. These hidden truths not only challenge conventional knowledge, but also unveil a world brimming with secrets and wonders. Who were these characters, and why does their story matter so much? Let's dive into the forgotten enigmas of the creation age. This video will guide you through a captivating journey, revealing untold stories about Adam and Eve's daughters. Drawing from the Book of Jubilees, the Bible, and ancient traditions, I will uncover their roles, destinies, and importance in the narrative of humanity's origins. These individuals are not just descendants, but may hold the key to understanding ancient civilizations and spiritual beliefs from humanity's earliest days. If you want to explore hidden mysteries and lesser-known tales, give this video a like and share your thoughts in the comments. Remember to subscribe so you don't miss more fascinating and mysterious insights into the creation era. A topic rich in mystery yet rarely discussed in the Bible and theological research is the story of Adam and Eve's daughters. While much of the attention focuses on renowned sons like Cain, Abel, and Seth, Genesis 5:4-5 of the Bible discloses that Adam and Eve had numerous other sons and daughters. Notably, after Seth's birth, Adam lived for an additional 800 years and fathered more children before dying at the age of 930. Yet, the Bible does not record the names of these daughters. What's fascinating is that non-biblical writings, such as the Book of Jubilees, add valuable details about them. As part of the Apocrypha, it is sometimes dubbed Lesser Genesis due to its ties to the Genesis accounts. This document narrates not only the creation and lives of Adam and Eve, but also sheds light on lesser-known individuals, including their daughters, by revealing their names and roles. Known widely in ancient Jewish society, the Book of Jubilees holds significant historical importance. The earliest manuscript, dating back to around 700 BCE, is a copy of an even earlier work. Some researchers argue that the text was compiled by Ezra, but the Book of Jubilees itself claims that Moses authored it through angelic revelations on Mount Horeb. The biblical account of Moses fasting for 40 days and nights on Mount Horeb without food or water adds credibility to this claim. Additionally, the Book of Jubilees mentions links to the Book of Enoch, another apocryphal work, which was well known among early Christians and regarded as a key part of their biblical tradition. These overlapping texts not only enhance, but also deepen the Old Testament narratives, offering new insights into the significance of forgotten characters throughout history. In conclusion, based on ancient Abrahamic Semitic traditions, the tale of Adam and Eve's daughters uncovers significant figures who have been largely forgotten. Among the figures, Avon, recognized as the first daughter of Adam and Eve, holds a highly debated role. Aklima, also referred to as Kalmana, Lucia, Kainan, Luluwa, or Awan, is considered in certain religious traditions to be the eldest daughter of Adam and Eve, and the sister, or often twin sister, of Cain. This would make her the first naturally born woman. In Phoenician Hebrew, the name Avon translates to strength or sin. She was both Cain's sister and his wife, Cain being the firstborn of Adam and Eve, who was banished after murdering Abel. Genesis 4:17 mentions that after murdering Abel, Cain knew his wife, and she conceived and bore Enoch. To clarify where Cain and Abel found their wives, some traditional sources suggest that every child of Adam and Eve was born with a twin sibling, destined to be their spouse. In the Book of Jubilees, Avon is depicted as the mother of Enoch, Cain's firstborn, for whom Cain constructed a city in his honor. The city of Enoch, as noted in the Bible, represents Cain's attempt to rebuild following a devastating family tragedy. Islamic tradition recounts that Cain had a twin sister named Aklima, while Abel had a twin sister named Azura. Adam intended for Cain to marry Abel's twin sister, and for Abel to marry Cain's twin sister. Cain opposed this plan, and Adam suggested seeking God's guidance through a sacrificial offering. God rejected Cain's sacrifice, signaling his disapproval of Cain marrying Aklimah, his twin sister. Enraged, Cain killed his brother out of jealousy. In a separate Islamic tradition, Cain's twin sister is named Lucia, while Aklimah is noted as Abel's twin sister. In other works, such as The Cave of Treasures, Avon is identified by a different name, Kalima. In this tradition, Kalima is regarded as Cain's wife and is still considered the firstborn daughter of Adam and Eve. This variation of names showcases the complexity of ancient Semitic traditions. The second daughter of Adam and Eve is named Azura, who holds an equally important role in the history of humankind. Azura married Seth, the third son of Adam and Eve, born after Abel's death. In Hebrew, the name Seth means compensation or replacement, signifying God's gift to console Adam and Eve for Abel's loss. The Bible honors Seth as a righteous forefather whose lineage upheld the worship of God. This genealogy traces Seth's descendants to Noah, who plays a key role in the Great Flood, a crucial event in biblical history. Seth and Azura's marriage marks the beginning of a new lineage and serves as a link between the original creation and later significant events in Judeo-Christian narratives. Their importance highlights how a righteous lineage maintained a spiritual bond with God and ensured humanity's survival through biblical trials. The Book of Jubilees reveals unique details about Azura, a largely overlooked figure in Adam and Eve's lineage. She was Abel's twin sister and originally his wife. After Cain murdered Abel, Azura became a widow. Later, Seth married Azura, initiating the righteous lineage from Adam. This detail sheds rare light on the daughters of Adam and Eve in the continuation of the human bloodline. As stated in the Book of Jubilees, Azura was born during the 6th week of the 4th Jubilee and married Seth in the 5th week of the 5th Jubilee. Their son, Enos, was born in the 4th year of the 6th week. Enos later married his sister, Nome, the daughter of Seth and Azura, perpetuating the early tradition of sibling marriages to sustain humanity. Enos, Seth, and Azura's son is highlighted in Genesis 5:6-11. His genealogy indicates he lived 905 years, fathered many children, and continued Seth's line. Enos is notable for introducing prayer and worship to God. Genesis 4:26 underscores that during his time, people began calling upon the name of the Lord, marking a spiritual turning point in Seth's lineage. Enos played a pivotal role not only in continuing the family lineage, but also in ushering in a spiritual awakening, making worshiping God a central aspect of life for Adam's descendants. His contribution established the groundwork for religious traditions, preparing the way for significant biblical figures like Noah and his lineage. Insights from the Book of Jubilees and the Bible work together to form a fuller understanding of the early history of humanity. According to Genesis 5, Adam lived more than 800 years after Seth's birth, fathering many sons and daughters during that time. This portrays Adam and Eve as unparalleled in their reproductive capacity throughout history. Some ancient traditions suggest they had hundreds of descendants, highlighting Eve's extraordinary fertility and suggesting that early human conditions were highly favorable for population growth. In comparison, the modern record for most children belongs to Valentina Vasilyev of the 18th century, who gave birth to 69 children over 27 pregnancies, according to Guinness World Records. Yet, Adam and Eve's extended lifespans of up to 930 years make their reproductive potential vastly superior to any modern records. Scientific findings, such as mitochondrial DNA tracing, referred to as mitochondrial Eve, support the belief that all humans trace back to a single female ancestor, consistent with the idea that Adam and Eve were humanity's origins. Ancient texts offer fascinating perspectives on the ethnic and racial diversity that stemmed from Adam and Eve. Traditions suggest they possessed a mixed heritage, which their descendants continued to express over generations. This emphasizes not only the shared origin of humanity, but also highlights how today's cultural and ethnic diversity is a gift from our earliest ancestors. Whether viewed through ancient narratives or modern interpretations, these accounts serve as reminders of humanity's common roots and reveal the mysteries surrounding Adam and Eve's children. Reflecting on the origins of humanity during the fall, we face an unavoidable truth. Early human history began with sibling unions, now viewed as incest. Understanding this requires examining it from historical, genetic, and theological perspectives. In the modern era, incest bans are rooted in practical and ethical reasons, upheld for centuries across most cultures. A major justification is the risk of genetic abnormalities. When parents share identical genes, particularly as siblings, harmful mutations are more likely in their offspring, increasing congenital disorders and severe health issues over generations. Cain's marriage to his wife occurred in a different context. Both Cain and his wife, children of Adam and Eve, belonged to humanity's first generation. According to theology, Adam and Eve were created perfectly by God without genetic flaws. Therefore, their children faced no genetic risks that arise today. Sibling marriages, such as Cain's, were inevitable in a world without humans outside their family line. At that time, these unions carried neither genetic risks nor moral implications, as understood now. Over time, as humanity expanded, genetic diversity increased. By the patriarchal era, extended family networks reduced the necessity for close relative marriages. This period marked the emergence of incest prohibitions, which aimed to protect genetic health and lay moral and social foundations for complex communities. Both genetic science and religious laws support this development. Today, incest is strongly opposed across societies, grounded not only in genetics but also in cultural and psychological frameworks where it is perceived as a violation of natural moral principles. To fully understand, we must contextualize Cain and his wife's relationship as a historical necessity, critical for the survival of humanity in its earliest generations. The Bible addresses the issue of incest by establishing a distinct moral code aimed at preventing such relationships within the community of believers. Genesis 2:24 sets forth the principle of marriage. A man shall leave his father and mother and hold fast to his wife, and they shall become one flesh. This principle suggests that a young man must leave his family to find a partner from another lineage, thereby avoiding intrafamily marital bonds. It serves not only as a social directive, but also as an expression of God's divine intention for diversity and harmony in human relationships. The Bible also contains direct prohibitions against incest. In Leviticus 18:9, God states, "You shall not uncover the nakedness of your sister, either the daughter of your father or the daughter of your mother, whether born at home or abroad." This command emphasizes that incestuous unions contradict both social norms and divine law. Beyond prohibitions, the Bible narrates the painful consequences of incest, as seen in 2 Samuel 13, where Amnon, King David's eldest son, assaulted his half-sister, Tamar. This act led to severe repercussions. Tamar was deeply traumatized, and her brother Absalom killed Amnon in revenge, which fractured the family and eventually resulted in Absalom's tragic demise. These stories illustrate how incest destroys family unity and causes profound societal harm. While some explain the aversion to incest by highlighting genetic risks, which increase the probability of disorders in offspring. The theological perspective frames incest as a violation of the sacred order designed by God. As it is said, whatever makes God shudder should make us shudder too. Incest is more than a legal offense. It represents a breakdown of morality and spiritual integrity. At a deeper level, human beings inherently sense when something defies the divine will. Thus, adherence to biblical laws is both an act of devotion and a means to safeguard humanity from disorder and anguish. What do you think of these narratives? Share your thoughts or suggest topics you'd like me to delve into next time. Remember to subscribe to the channel and enable notifications to stay updated on new videos. May God guide and protect you always.